It was a leap of faith. It was a time that I had to walk out on faith. I was comfortable in the place of just being a mom. I was comfortable in the place of I'm a businesswoman, I'm an entrepreneur, and now I'm opening my life to the world.
So I'm gonna go ahead and jump into your bio, sis. All right. So you guys, Mrs. Janel Pope, she is first and foremost a woman of God. She's a wife. She is a mother. She is an author. She's a motivational speaker. She's a podcast host. And not only that, she is a survivor, y'all. She is known for her joy and never-ending love of empowering many others with her powerful phrase, keep going. Not only is that her motto, but it's also the title of her latest book. Let us welcome Mrs. Janel Pope.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. I'm so elated to be here. I'm trying to figure out how I can see a little better, but okay.
Oh, okay. You
God,
can't see
God, just have your way, Lord. Have your way. Can you hear me okay?
Huh?
You can hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Fine.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome.
All right. So I'm going to just go ahead and jump right into it, Janelle, if that's okay with you. I'm going to go ahead and ask you if you can just share one time that you had to step out on faith.
Wow. Such an amazing question. And I feel that everyone can relate to that, just in itself, just the thought process of thinking of what is the time I had to step out on faith. And when you ask me, and as I've been praying about it and thinking, and I said, and it came to me that this in itself is a step of faith. When I began to do this, to open up and share my life and be open to the call of being an author and being a motivational speaker and being joining podcasts and then starting my own and things, it was a leap of faith. It was a time that I had to walk out on faith. I was comfortable in the place of just being a mom. I was comfortable in the place of I'm a businesswoman, I'm an entrepreneur, and now I'm opening my life to the world. I'm opening my life, and we know at times that can come with, one of the first things it can come with is scrutiny.
Right.
When you open up your world and you start to share things with others, you're looking at it as I'm being an encourager, and some view it as you're telling me what I could, do. And it can be viewed as, well, what about you? Now people are now viewing and thinking about, people start to hold you to your past, hold you to your mistakes. And you have to keep that anchor of faith to keep going even in the midst of that. See, we feel that when we journey to do good, that life is going to be great. Things are now going to start happening so great, and they do, but those trials and tribulations still come. And it takes a daily faith walk to keep going. You'll that's my mantra. So, as a podcast I did when I first started out doing podcasts, I said in the beginning, if anyone could guess how many times I say keep going, I'll be tallying it up myself. You win a prize at the end, because it's just something I have to continually tell myself when things get hard, when I get a little discouraged, when I'm not possibly getting the feedback I may feel, or someone I'm helping, it feels like I'm not being of help. So again, this was my leap of faith, stepping outside of my comfort zone, my circle, and opening my life up to people having access to me, people having a broader view of my life, sharing personal, intimate things about, what I've been through and things like that. So it was a big step out on faith for me.
Yes. I
And
think
I'm so glad that I did.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Good. That's so good. I'm so happy that you shared that because I feel like I could definitely relate 100% to what you're saying. And oftentimes when we do take that step of faith, like you said, you're gonna always find that not everyone is as receptive to what it is that you're trying to encourage. But like you said, there are gonna be people who are like not as receptive and not really understanding what it is that you're trying to do in regards to encouraging them and motivating them and pushing them to keep going and to go further and to step out into what God has called them to do. And so I love that you touched on that, especially because oftentimes too, the enemy will also use people to discourage us as well. And we can't let that stop us. We got to just keep going
Gotta
and
keep going.
got to
Gotta
keep
keep
going.
going. And I tell people, I know it sounds so simplistic. I know, I'm a big believer in it's easy to tell people what they could or should do, but people need to know how.
Yeah.
So how do I keep going? Everything is coming at me. The people that I thought would be in my corner are the ones, betraying me. I'm not hearing from God, and I'm praying, I'm staying, on my knees. And so how? And I say to them, well, first you have to resolve in your heart and mind that it won't be easy. There'll be times where it won't be easy, but it's worth the work. It's worth the work to stay resilient. It's worth the work to keep your focus outside of people, to keep your gaze fixed, as the word declares. So it's really important. And also, for us, when we do open up ourselves to be encouragers, to be entrepreneurs, to be authors and things like that, we have to make sure that our home, that our world is in shape, that we've settled the things that we need to settle beforehand. Because if I know that I've hurt someone in a friendship or relationship, and I haven't gone to repent and ask for forgiveness and apologize, but now I'm out here doing podcasts and things like that, you know
Right.
we that's going to always be
Yes.
right
Yes.
there. It's going to
Yes.
always be right there. So that's like two of the things. Make sure you're praying, you're before God, you're hearing from him. Make sure you settle things that need to be settled. And you may not, same thing, you may not get the apology back that you were looking for. Well, they hurt me also, so I'm apologizing for my part. We love that.
Mhm.
Well, my part in it, but it's important. It's vital to, settle those things in our lives and our hearts and our minds, so that as we're plowing forward, they're not those weights that are holding us back.
Yes.
That's how we keep going.
Yes.
That's how we keep going.
Yep.
That's how we're able to shut out the noise, because we know we've set out to do the right thing.
Right.
I always taught my children that do the right thing because it's the right thing to do.
Yes.
That's it. And that's all. Because it's the right thing to do.
Right. Integrity. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right. I
Absolutely.
love that. I forget the exact quote, but it's like I forget it. But it's something like in regards to like the eagle can't fly with like weight on his wings or something along those lines. So you have to drop the load to really be able to soar. And
Absolutely.
I wish I knew it verbatim. I'm totally butchering it, but
It'll
yeah,
just
like you
come to
kind
you
of
out
like
of nowhere. You'll
implied.
be like doing dishes or something, and it'll just come to you.
Yes.
That happens to me all the time.
Right, exactly. That's when it'll come to me. But it's like that. It's like you have to lighten your load to soar. Like you can't elevate higher when you have weight, dead weight, unforgiveness,
Right.
sin, things that you have to repent for, still holding you down and weighing you down. And so I
Absolutely.
love that you said that. So
Absolutely.
you kind of touched on it, but my second question is if for everyone that's on here now watching, thank you guys for watching, and everyone
Thank
that'll watch
you.
the replay, if you had to give them a word of encouragement, and I think I know what you're going to say, but if you had to give them a word of encouragement, they're wanting to step on a faith, but they're afraid. What would you say to that person right now?
Again, I would give them the same words that my mother gave to me, that resolve in your heart and mind that it may not be easy. It may not be easy, But when you're called and you know that what you're setting out to do is for you, plant your feet and say, come with me, come with me. And then, find your safe place, find people who are for you, and they may not be familiar. You got to open up to, open your world, because we want to just stick to what's so comfortable, who we've always known. And they may not be the cheering crowd in that moment, so just know that it may not be easy, but there's nothing impossible with God. Call on him, stay before him, give him back his word. I'm so big on that. God, you said, just like our children do us. Mommy, you said I can have a snack after. I tell my daddy, your word said.
Yes,
so I need you
that.
to look, it's all right to be that bold about it, and keep going. That's what you gotta do.
Yes, I love that. That's so good. Yes, pray your word. Daddy, you said.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes.
I do the same thing, girl. And so for you guys who don't know, fun fact, Janelle and I, we have literally the same name. But not only that, it's the same exact spelling. And
my mind was blown.
I know.
That's
like so rare for us.
It
like
is.
I never ever met anyone with the same exact spelling. So I thought that was super cool.
Yeah.
And do you mind sharing with everyone what your mom always called you?
So my mom always said that it means, she spelled it Janel, and it means joy and never-ending love. And believe you me, from the time I could walk and talk, she reminded me that I need to walk in that. I need to always be mindful that I'm just not like the others, no matter how much I may want to be. I'm called to remain in joy and never-ending love. Yes. So I try to walk in that daily.
I love that. When you shared that with me, I was like, oh my gosh, that's so good.
Yes.
Can you share with everyone, Janelle, how they could keep in touch with you, what you have coming up, your podcast, your book, everything, how they could purchase your book, all that?
Oh my goodness. So I'm still birthing this book, baby.
Okay.
I don't have a release date just yet with the publishing company. I've had release dates and they've got dropped, and I've learned to be okay with it. Just it's worth the work. I keep reminding myself it's worth the work, and I can encourage people to keep going if I don't keep going. So
yes.
It's become a bigger project than I set out to do. I just wanted to just put out a little journal and just, but I mean, it's just offers coming and ideas. It's like a whole team now. Wow. So I don't have an exact release date, but in the meantime, I do have Keep Going merch. I have t-shirts and hats and hoodies and sweatshirts and things like that. And I have another page. It's under Keep Going 101. Okay. So please follow me there. You can also follow me here at Journey P214. My Facebook is Janel Pope. And 2024 is my year. That's when you're going to see things just really just, and I'm telling people that have been following me and waiting, keep holding on, keep cheering me on. It's coming. Yeah. It's definitely coming. It's going to be worth the wait.
It definitely will be.
Absolutely.
I'm going to tell you, just like you always tell me, because you're always encouraging me to keep going. And so, yes, definitely keep going. We're looking out for your book. And I'll definitely link your website and the page to the bio so that people
absolutely. Thank you so much, Janelle.
Of course.
You are my sister. I love you. There's nothing you can do about it. I'm telling you.
I'm so excited. Thank you so much, Janelle, for sharing with everyone. I'm sure your testimony is going to bless so many. It's blessed me. And I'm just going to tell everyone out there, I'm going to tell you guys, just as God told me, put one foot in front of the other, step out on faith, and trust God for the very next step. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys next Tuesday for another Testimonies of Faith. Bye. Thank you, Janelle.